was a child, growing up, teachers were held in high esteem, you know. I remember when I went to stay with my grandma in the village. Anytime she cooked something special, she would say, go and carry it to teacher Taiwo. There were these two teachers in the village that resides with them in the village. I would say, Teacher Taiwo, when we make egusi soup, they carry it to Teacher Taiwo. If she make moi moi, she will say, hey, the teacher first. If she kills goat, she will cut it and say, this part, go and give it to the teacher in the village. So the teachers were held so high, so mighty, and I said, one day I will be a teacher. I think that is just the beginning.
Okay.
You can't really say just one time. Anytime the result comes out and my subject is within 80 to 100%, I feel good. Anytime I meet my students, the old students, and they say, I'm in this place, I'm doing this, I'm doing that. There was a day I met one that I was even a guardian to in Janike, and said, auntie, I'm now the director of this psychiatric school in Yaba. And I said, wow, that is good. You are now the chief medical officer. Thank God for that. Because I remember them coming to my house, even in the quarters, meeting them, having a conference with them in the dining hall. That said, they were Form 6, from upper 6, lower 6. When I just entered service, they were in the HSCs, and they were quite friendly, and we used to interact. And they are in key position today. When you see them, they still greet you, they still bow, they still show respect. So it gives one that sense of fulfillment. Yes. We met the people that taught us in secondary school when we entered service. And we are still being treated as if we are senior students. A lot of queries were used in my former school. If you are late to the assembly hall, you'll be issued with query. If you are late to your class, you'll be issued query. During the exam, when your name appears in two places to invigilate, you'll be invigilated in one. By the time you return the sheets, query will be waiting that you are not in the other class. Those things were very odd to me at the beginning. But with time, we just continue working and meet up that standard of that time. There were challenges, yes, there were really challenges that time. And then another challenge was me having to handle 4 different subjects. I read business education, which is classified as major. And as major, it means I can teach all the commercial subjects. So I was handling business studies in GS1, bookkeeping in GS3, commerce in SS2, economics in SS1. And so I remember the timetable officer at that time used to say that the only person he gives priority to in this school is Grace Adeyeye, because she handles 4 different subjects across different classes. Okay, in social sciences, that seems to be the biggest department in the college. And I have 9 units under me. And I have staff of about 32 strength, between 32 and 35 at different times. Well, what I do is to be fair to everybody, and if somebody has a problem, I promptly tend to it. Going to the authority, the one that is outside my immediate reach, I will approach the authority to get it done. I make sure that when there are ramblings within the staff, I will call all of them that are involved and talk to them, listen to them, and give a fair verdict that everybody will be okay with. That I try with the help of God, Sha. The leader must be fair. Just be fair. Don't have holy cows and angels. Because when you start to have people that you favor than the others, problem will start to emanate from it. It means you will not be trustworthy. They won't trust you. Some will feel that they were enabled, and others will feel that they are not enabled. It's not good to shut down some people and be praising others. Fairness, I think, is the first thing. Wow. That body house area is quite a troublesome one, because we are trying to create an atmosphere of a home, a homely atmosphere. But looking at the number of children we have, discipline became the first thing, that everybody must be straightened up. Everybody must follow the standard and the direction that we are going in the body house. I discipline students. In fact, once they hear that my car is arriving, you see them straightening up. When they are washing in their room or on the corridor, of course, they will start to say, Adeyeye. But then, apart from disciplining them, I also call them. After I've disciplined, I will call the child. What's your problem? Why did you do it? Do you understand what you have done? That would discuss around it. And you see that most of their problems are from home. Then I will listen to their full problem. What is the problem at home that now that follow you to this place to behave like this? Then few times you have had to even counsel the parents. Please create this atmosphere at home so that child can do well wherever they go. So we will counsel, we will pray with them. I do that a lot. Praying with my students, yes.
So
hey, it's their written culture. In the past, you'll be pursuing students, you'll be chasing them to go and sleep. When you see them still carrying their torchlight, still carrying their lamp around 2 a.m., 1 something a.m., don't you want to sleep? We have tests tomorrow. Even for CA tests, you see children, they will be reading and reading and reading. And during the exam, but today, you start to pursue them from football. Even somebody that is writing WAEC is writing WASI. And we'll be playing football up to 10 o'clock, 11 o'clock in the night. You have to start pursuing them to go and read. That is a major one. And when it comes to discipline, you see that the students of old, they carry themselves very well. More disciplined than the ones we have now. The ones we have now, they bank on the fact that they said they should not use, there's no use of corporal punishment. And as such, there is that laxity. When you talk to them, they take you for, there's nothing that will come other than being talked to. So that is a bit even one concern, that the children of today that we are turning out today, we just pray that they will be able to take care of themselves. They will stand out to be captains of industries tomorrow, just as we wish for them.
Okay.
Supporting children academically is for the teacher to make sure you attend to your classes, you prepare your lessons, and you teach those children the way they can understand it. You break down complex, you know, uh, subjects, topics, so that they can assimilate very well. Citing examples around their own life, around their experience and their environment. That is very important. And today that they rely more on the media, maybe we should start to bring in that element too. You have things, you have clips on your phone, you can put it on your laptop that you show them. They can relate better with these clips, video clips today, things that are in the media, than just reading all the time. Apart from that, morally, one should carry oneself with integrity as a teacher. You should show what those children can emulate. Be a role model to the children in our words, in the way we carry ourselves, in the way we interact even with our own colleagues and interact with those children. They will have something to learn from us. Yes, I like the way that teacher dresses. I like the way that teacher moves, the way she walks, the way he walks. We must be able to we'll be conscious of the fact that everything we do, we are impacting on these young ones. Well, if they want to excel academically, they need to study. They need to study widely. Character-wise, they should mind those people they go out with, those who are their friends. See those ones who have that progressive tendencies that you can align with. Not those ones who will be leading you to break the school rules. Not those ones who will be teaching you how to try drugs because of their own exposure from their homes. Copy good characters, both in your mates and the staff, the adults around you. It will help a lot. Well, my training in the children ministry teaches us that a child must grow mentally, physically, socially, and spiritually. The basis of that is that for whatever we are doing, we should be conscious that a child needs a relationship with his God or our God. And that will start to chip in by encouraging them. Whatever religion you are exposed to from home, make sure that God, you pray to that God, you study about knowing God that you serve. Is very important. Then, the physical thing is us organizing all sporting activities for them to make sure that they are physically fit. And mentally is the essence of their being here, coming to learn, so that they can be useful to the society, they can be useful to themselves, they can assert their presence in this creation as human beings that God created and given the specific assignment to carry out. in the land of the living. And when we talk of the social aspect, of course, we expose them to all kinds of things. We expose them to how to interact, how to live conveniently with others, how to tolerate others, so that they will be members of the society that people can relate with. All that we do here, that was my training, and I translate it to everything I do in the system. Well, we guide them to have relationship with God. And that role cannot be overemphasized, because if you know God, it means that you will be you will fearless, and then you cannot be swept away by all kinds of doctrines here and there. I had an experience one time. A child, a mate of mine, just came around and said, Grace, that you carry yourself as an issue. I can do something now, and you'll be having a headache. And I looked at that person straight. What is that? Will you knock my head? Then he was staring at me for a while, and I started feeling that headache. I didn't agree with him that I was feeling headache. I left. I went away. The headache was still on. I got home. The headache was still on. Then I put my hand to my head and I prayed, God, whatever means this guy has used, because you are God, and you know that I love you and I know that you love me, please let this thing go away. And see, I started feeling calm. Later I saw him and I said, what did you use? He said by staring at me, he was using his thoughts to manipulate my thoughts. He was using his thought. He was discharging something to me that was suppressing my own spirit man. I said, So if I don't know God, you just oppress me. I can continue carrying that headache for weeks until I come back to beg him. So I always cite that example for children that comes my way. That's it. Don't let anybody come and be oppressing you with their satanic powers. You have something that is better, and so use it. Live a prayerful life, so that nobody will come and be oppressing you. Yeah. Passed by here that I touch lives, both that of the students and the staff. Somehow, if you work with me, you will pick something. Just like I pick from people too. When they work with me, I make sure that there is something that this fellow has that I don't have. That is what I work towards, and at the end of the day, I want to feel, when I look back, that I passed by here and I left my hands on the sand of time, just like in Ejanike. Anyone that lives Odogbolu for Ejanike say, Sister Grace, people still talked about you in Ejanike. And I say, oh, thank God that I didn't just pass through a place like a snake that crawled across the rock and the path was not seen. Well, teaching It's not a place where you make money. There's no money in teaching. But I think the prestige and the is coming back again. It's coming back again. And that God is a merciful God. You don't see the children of teachers that are really committed, that really put their hearts to it. They don't suffer. People always come around to lift them up. They always have a way out. They always excel. So whatever we do, let's do it as unto God, because it's the rewarder of those who diligently serve Him. And serving Him even through our work is good, especially when we are treating lives, when we are molding lives. The difference between us and those in the office is that the office person is treating fire, which is inanimate object. A doctor is treating patient, and if by mistake that patient dies, that is just the end. But for us, we are molding lives that if we don't do it correctly, that child will carry on in life and be doing things that are wrong in the society. That is creating working cops, right? But when we do it right, that child will live, and you see, it will further the creation of God, not might. So it's very important that we are conscious of whatever we are doing with those children. Studios. For staff, we have talked about the staff too, that they should do everything as unto God. Put their heart to their work and make sure they are molding human beings that will exist in a creation that they needed to assert themselves. They needed to stand and make something meaningful out of life. But for the parents, I wish the parents can see teachers as their partners in progress. This one, that parents will start to curse teachers. Parents will start to abuse teachers. Parents will come and they will think that teachers are their punching bag. It's very disheartening. No, it shouldn't be. We do sleepless nights over their children when they are sleeping at home. Many times I will just call people around Ikoyi and say, there is no a place, can you enter the hostel? Then they will call me back that, there is problems in this particular hostel. I will leave my home around 1 a.m., get into my car and drive down to the hostel. You see? Then we can be on that particular problem, solving it till they break. They are in their homes. We don't report those things. We do it, and that comes in often. If a child is sick in the night, that child is, this one has fainted. I had an experience of 5 children fainting the same time. It was heat period, and the matron called me. And so I called the SBHO male, Mr. Adenuga, at that time. So how do we do it? When we got to the clinic said they can only take care of one person, the one that was vomiting. Then these 4, they are beyond them. 2 are really extreme. Say, okay, let these 2 be going to Shagamu. Another 2, I took with my car to our local health center here. And before we came back, it was around 4 from all these places. And then God helped us, the children, they were okay. It was only those 2 they were took to Shagamu that had to sleep over. But the other ones were treated, and we brought them back to school. Those are other things we do. Sometimes what those children cannot tell their parents at all because they don't really have time for them. They tell us here because we show them that, yes, we are here because of you. We are here for you. So they discuss things, even problems that their parents do have. Say, okay, if they have problems, it's not your own. You can only pray. Pray that God will help them. But this is your position. Don't take sides, right? Because they are adults. Don't take sides. Maintain this position and God will help your family. That is our own work. So let the parents see the staff, especially the teaching staff, as their partner in progress. And we will do well in raising those children for the Lord.
Okay.
Of our Jim brothers and sisters to take over the molding of these children in the chapel, because we will need more hands. We need more hands. We have over 1,000 students that are Christians here, that we needed to make impact on their lives. Sometimes we always said, I have my own church, I have my own church. Our churches have built us up for us to be able to discharge into other lives. So it's not a matter of my church. Most of the churches that we go to, they are under 200, under 300. But we have over 1,000 students here that needed our attention. Let's give them that attention. It's part of working for God. It's part of working for God. As a children minister, most of the time in the churches I've served, they will say, Sister Grace, we really need you in the adult church. I said, I will not be useful in adult church. I didn't receive that training. Let me just be in the children church. The far I can go is to take care of your teenagers. We are always fighting over teenagers in the churches. The church will say, let them come. Once they are 13, let them come to the adult church. See, these ones, we are losing them out. They are not adults. And they will say they are not children. But you will think, see, there is a way to balance things. Let's just put them by themselves and teach them the word of God. The way within their own experience, we will feel better. We will have better youth than what we have now. So now we have teenagers, and you know it's the most troublesome age in development. And spiritually too, they come with all kinds of challenges. That it's only those of us that are committed in our churches that can build them, inculcate something to them, change their life, mold them, that tomorrow they will be the one that will be delivering others in the society. They will be useful in the society. I do tell my students that, see, those people you hear of that they are general overseers today, when we were in secondary school, they used to come. They were brothers that used to come and teach us every Friday when we have religious gatherings. And you don't know that they were making impact on us. And after their courses, they were in the university, they were in the polytechnics, they will come to secondary schools to come and teach us. So I want the teachers, the Christians in the community, to show more interest in the chapel activities. God will help them.
Amen.